medical leave, and we wish him nothing but the best and urge him to get back here as soon as possible. We have 3 bills on today's agenda. I know that Senator Sosnowski will be calling in, but it would appear that Senator Lombardo, who's a member of this committee, has Bill 297, so we're going to take him out of order. And Senator Lombardo, welcome, and if you can explain your bill to us, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, the Department of Labor and Training has some concerns and questions regarding this bill. So I've reached out to Billy Walsh, who represents the builders, who asked me to put this bill in for them. They've decided they're amenable to sitting down, having a conversation, seeing if they can work this bill out. So at this time, I'd like to hold it for further and get it recommitted once they have that conversation.
Okay, for purposes of this bill, then, Senator Lombardo has moved to hold for further study, seconded by Senator Burke. Mr. Clerk, can you take a roll, please?
Senator Lombardi?
Yes.
Senator Burke?
Yes.
Senator Dela Cruz?
Yes.
Senator Golden?
Yep.
Senator Lombardo?
Yes.
Senator Picard?
Yes.
I'm not sure if Senator Sosnowski has joined us yet.
Yes, I just made it.
All right. All set, Chairman.
Thank you. And I see that Mr. Walsh is present to speak on... no, why don't we do this first? Okay, the bill is held for further study. Senator Sosnowski has now come on. She has Bill 268. Senator, thank you for getting on early, and we appreciate you being here. Happy St. Patrick's Day, and you may proceed on Bill 268.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and happy St. Patrick's Day to you also, and to the members of the committee and everybody listening and watching. I was happy to introduce this bill, which would streamline the registration and licensure requirements of roofing contracts to align with best practices and standards in neighboring states. It will also relieve the regulatory burdens and help smaller businesses to comply with the regulatory framework. Substantially similar provisions were included in Governor Raimondo's budget proposals related to government reform and were supported by the Department of Business Regulation. And under this proposal, education requirements would be streamlined to be 12 hours over the 2-year licensing period, similar to other contractor requirements in Rhode Island and neighboring states. It would also eliminate a bonding requirement that is regionally unique to Rhode Island, while increasing insurance requirements. And the bottom line, this will help businesses, will also protect consumers, and I do believe we do have representatives from the industry to testify today. So thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee.
Thank you, Senator. Do any members of the committee have a question for Senator Sosnowski or a comment? Doesn't appear to be any. We do have a few people scheduled to testify on both of these bills. So in the order that I see, we have Bill Walsh from the Rhode Island Builders Association. Good afternoon, Bill, and welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. Bill Walsh here on behalf of the Rhode Island Builders Association, here in strong support of Senate Bill 268, and we very much thank Chairwoman Sosnowski for sponsoring the legislation. She also did a wonderful job in laying out the parameters. This is really an effort to streamline some standards that are problematic for contractors and put us on a level playing field with what's going on in the industry with our neighboring peers. And as was noted, it was previously included in prior government reform efforts by Governor Raimondo. And so I'm happy to answer any questions, and we appreciate your time on this one.
Bill, it's my understanding that you're signed up for both 268, 297, and 551. If you'd like to proceed on those as well, we'd appreciate it.
Happy to, Mr. Chair. In regards to Senate Bill 297 that Chairman Lombardo had just described, I'm here on behalf of the construction industries of Rhode Island here in support. And the goal here is to achieve what's currently in place in law for Department of Transportation Public Works and apply similar standards for other public work entities as it relates to the submission of federal payroll forms to satisfy certified payroll requirements. We do understand that the Department of Labor and Training has some concern here. We're very happy that the chairman has facilitated a conversation, and we're happy to work with them to try and figure out how we can relieve some of the regulatory burdens so we can spend more time doing the public works rather than the paperwork. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Does any member of the committee have questions for Mr. Walsh? Does not appear to be any. Bill, you can proceed on 551. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Lastly, this afternoon, I'm back here again on behalf of the Rhode Island Builders Association, here in support of Senate 551 by Madam President Gallo. This is an effort to really help us provide a dedicated revenue stream for workforce training, specifically for the construction industry, as well as to support building official training, which, as many of you know, in a lot of the municipalities, this is an aging demographic that we need to help educate and encourage different folks within the industry to pursue their licensure and standards to become local building officials as well, because it's an integral part of ensuring that the work that we're all doing is going to be done both appropriately, but also help us get it done in an expedient manner. What we're doing is to build off what was a successful platform whereby we applied a small levy to the permit fees that are drawn at the local level. And that fund originally was created to develop the electronic permitting platform that's used by most municipalities today. And so this concept we're now looking to apply as a way to become a dedicated revenue stream whereby the industry is supporting through the permit process and the fees that are associated with it to essentially create our own dedicated revenue stream that the Department of Labor and Training would be able to allocate for the targeted workforce training programs. And so we think that this is an appropriate way for the industry to support itself with the partners in government to really make sure that we have a well-educated and trained workforce. And this can help supplement other programs like Real Jobs Rhode Island to further expand their scope in other ways as well. So the Rhode Island Builders Association are in strong support of this legislation, and we thank you for your time, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you again, Bill. Does anyone in the committee have any questions for Mr. Walsh? Does not appear to be any. Bill, again, thank you for your testimony. Next,
thank you, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you. Should I be taking them in the order you gave me? Okay. The next one we have is Tom Fury. Mr. Fury, welcome, and thank you for coming to the Labor Committee. You may proceed, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. My name is Tom Fury. I'm the owner of Fury Roofing Company in Warwick, and I'm also the chairman of the Contractors Registration and Licensing Board. I'm here to speak in support of the legislation in front of you. I do not have a statement, as I believe it's self-explanatory, but I am here to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Mr. Fury. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. Any members of the committee have any questions for Mr. Fury? There does not appear to be any. Again, Mr. Fury, thank you for your testimony today.
Thank you.
Our next witness is Gregory Mancini from Build RI. Greg, welcome to the committee. Thank you for coming today.
Hello.
Yes, Greg, thank you for calling in today. You may proceed. Thank you.
Okay, and you're welcome, and thank you. Also, I just want to testify against the proposed roofing licensing bill, roofing training requirements that are, this bill reduces the number of hours for roofing training requirements, and we think that undermines our state-regulated roofing apprenticeship programs and will put future workforces at risk in an industry where experiences the most workplace accidents. As you know, is roofing, or you probably know, roofing is one of, if not the most dangerous trades. Also, eliminating the bonding requirements when entering into roofing projects puts the taxpayer at risk if a contractor doesn't fulfill its obligations. So the only change that makes sense is the increased insurance certificate from 1.5 million to 2 million. So for those reasons, Build Rhode Island and the building trades is opposed to this bill.
Greg, thank you for your testimony. Does any member of the committee have any questions for Mr. Mancini? I don't see any, and once again, Greg, thank you. Our next witness is Bob Baldwin. Mr. Baldwin, welcome to the Labor Committee. You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. My name is Bob Baldwin. I am a third-generation home builder, past president of the Rhode Island Builders Association, and chair emeritus of the Legislative Committee. I'm here on behalf of myself and from the Rhode Island Builders Association to strongly support passage of S-551. Currently, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, virtually every sector of the construction industry and every sector and trade has a chronic workforce shortage, some more chronic than others. And in fact, that has been compounded by some out-of-state companies that are currently attempting to and occasionally do poach some Rhode Island workers to have them work in Massachusetts. Adding to the shortage of skilled labor is the fact that the median age of the workforce, and this varies per trade, but generally speaking, overall, the median age of the workforce is approximately 58 years old, which is creating a chronic problem of labor supply. The job training program that you have, we've delineated here in this legislation, is desperately needed, including vocational as English as a second language to allow Latino and minorities to join the construction workforce. I would like to please point out, if I may, that these fees are paid by us in the construction workforce, so it would be revenue neutral on the budget. For all these reasons, Mr. Chairman, I strongly support S-551, and thank you for the time and for the time of the committee. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Baldwin. Again, any questions for Mr. Baldwin today? There does not appear to be any. Thank you for your testimony. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
There would appear to be no further witnesses to testify. We did hear some differing opinions with respect to Senate Bill 268, and I'm sure Senator Sosnowski will be meeting with everybody to redraft that and get it in so that we meet a happy medium. So for purposes of tonight, Senator Picard moves to hold the bill for further study, seconded by Senator Burke. Would the clerk please call a roll?
Senator Lombardi?
Yes.
Senator Burke?
Yes.
Senator Dela Cruz?
Yes.
Senator Golden?
Yep. Yes.
Senator Lombardo?
Yes.
Senator Picard?
Yes.
Senator Sosnowski?
Yes.
Similarly, with respect to Senator Gallo's bill, I'm sure Senator Gallo would like to hear the testimony that came before the committee today before we produce a final bill and bring it back for work. So for purposes of tonight, Senator Lombardo moves to hold the bill for further study, seconded by Senator Sosnowski. Would the clerk please take a roll?
Senator Lombardi?
Yes.
Senator Burke?
Yes.
Senator Dela Cruz?
Yes.
Senator Golden?
Yes.
Senator Lombardo?
Yes.
Senator Picard?
Yes.
Senator Sosnowski?
Yes.
There being no further business before the committee, Senator Dela Cruz moves that we adjourn, seconded by Senator Burke. All those in favor say aye, please.
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you for your time, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you.